What's something you miss the most from your childhood?
Optimism.
I miss living in complete ignorance before I learned about how politics truly works. Before I learned I probably have to work till I'm 70 years old. Before I learned that I most likely will never own my own home to live in. Before I learned how big corporations are responsible for global warming, while simultaneously blaming us for it. The feeling of infinite time. The future was distant, and your life was so uncluttered that the furthest out you could contemplate was maybe 2 weeks from your present moment. Every day probably felt like forever.
The illusion that grown-ups knew what they were doing.
The feeling of stability. And the chest freezer full of ice cream Dad worked for a dairy. Along with all the normal stuff, we were guinea pigs for novelties the public never saw, LOL. You're welcome.
The absence of the internet.
My dad,